for that potential move to the upside or downside. We're looking for this potential breakout for the symmetrical triangle, and then this potential breakout. And obviously that did not occur until earnings, where we finally got that big move to the downside. Once break of structure occurred, which was right here at 233, and we had already filled into this gap, this is where the potential move down to 190 isn't bad. A lot of people were asking, like, how do I know if I should be shorting the stock or getting rid of the stock after this drop on earnings? This is going to be a high confluent level, which just means that this is a level that a lot of different types of traders and institutions will be watching at. The stock is already down pretty significantly since July of 2023. It's down nearly 33%. It's a very solid support level at 200. Point of control is sitting here, and we're very, very oversold. Doesn't mean it can't go lower. But what I'm planning to do is hopefully we can see this bounce back up. So if we go draw our fib out, we're going to go from this swing high down to most recent swing low. You're going to notice here that we have our 0.5 right here at 232.01, but look at where our golden Fibonacci level sets up, 0.618 to 0.786. This level sits right here where we start to get some heavy levels of volume, which will act as potential resistances. So what I'm thinking here is there's probably a good chance that we could see a dead cat bounce, which we've been talking about could happen for a while. A dead cat bounce meaning we move back up to about 50% of that retracement, which would be 20% move to the upside. The 0.5 is a decent time to start to go short, but what we'd really be looking for is to move all the way back up to 245.10, because this would be where we start to accumulate a lot of volume on the volume profile. It's also where the 70% and the 0.786 on the Fibonacci levels are, which is a clear indication to short the living crap out of Tesla. And so in a perfect world, I'm a long-term investor as well, but as a trader's mindset, in a perfect world, what I'm really looking for here was this entry today. I got in down here around 196.27. I'm looking for this move up to about 240. I'm looking to set my stop loss probably here at about 189 break. And what this will do is give us literally a 6.5 to 1 RVR, meaning that we are risking 3.5% to make 23.5%. If we were trading with shares alone, if we had $10,000, our potential loss is $372, and our potential reward is $2,340. Now, the chances of this panning out, especially all the way back up to 240, I think is probably 50-50. But think about it. You could literally lose 6 times and with one win make back all of your money. So being a profitable trader does not mean that you have to have an extremely high win rate, although it always helps. So if we see this potential bounce up now that the 190, 195, we didn't quite hit 190 yet, but 195 is taken out. If that occurs, then what I'm going to be looking to do again is to go short. In a perfect world, going short, up here around 245. Then I'd be looking to take my profit back down here around 194 and setting my stop loss probably up around 260, which would give me a worse RVR than going bullish here, but a much higher chance of profiting, and I'd have about 4 to 1 RVR. Once again, meaning that if we had a $10,000 position short, our potential profit is $2,129 to the downside, and our potential loss is going to be $513. And if we zoom out to the weekly here, the very coincidental thing that we're going to start to see is that we have a fair value gap here back from earnings. And so an actual fill of this fair value gap, which happens most of the time, would be a 20% move to the upside, sitting there, once again, like we said, at about $240. So is this going to pan out this way? Probably. I don't think we're going to, we'll see. Right now I got like 60% conviction in this. And if it does, that's great, because we'll make a ton of money on the way up and we'll make a ton of money on the way down. And if this doesn't happen, if the Fed comes out this week, which we're going to go over what you guys should be watching for as a Tesla stock, trader or a shareholder in Tesla, which I'm both, we're going to go over that and what that's going to mean for the week in a little bit. But right now, if this level breaks of 190, I'm fully confident in it moving back down to $160, which is where we have this bullish order block. And then if $160 breaks, because look how low the volume is, we will drop right back down to $120. So we're at a real make or break level here, and I do believe that we're going to end up seeing the market probably bounce here and move our way back up into the 240s, and I will be shorting as soon as we start to get back up into that level.